Hello all again, and welcome to another installment of Erin's Book Club. Kind of. Now, I don't know if I've made it clear, but in between books I tend to catch up on my magazine reading, because I also quite enjoy reading my magazines. And I wasn't going to do magazine reviews, because I didn't think anybody would be interested in it, until I started getting the new Cat Fancy magazine, which is now being turned into Catster. And it got me to thinking, because there's a few things I want to say about this magazine that's kind of upset me. And I want to say about it really about other magazines. So I'm thinking that maybe once a year I will do a review of the magazines that I subscribe to. And any kind of changes or updates then will be brought to everybody's attention, and maybe that will help you guys to decide what kind of magazines you want to subscribe to. I know that when I was looking on my budget for the magazines that would work best, it would have been nice to have somebody go through them and show them to me, so I'm not spending all this money on, say, a magazine that I wouldn't enjoy. On that note, this is the new Cat Fancy. Now, let me first go out there and say there are very few cat magazines out there that are knowledgeable and not just trying to sell stuff. And when Cat Fancy first came out, I was thrilled, because it was a magazine that was, yes, it had some things that you wanted to sell, but it was based more on the learning part of cat ownership and the education and the putting the information out there in a sometimes unbiased way. It is a magazine, you can't always go unbiased, but sometimes unbiased way. And I learned something new each magazine. I learned some new tidbits, some new update each magazine. And then they made a change. First of all, they made a change from it being a monthly magazine to a bi-monthly magazine, which really upset me. There are so few cat magazines out there that are enjoyable. To have them go to a bi-monthly magazine really upset me. I know that they're trying to save money and that kind of thing. Fine. I was okay with that. Until I got the first Catster magazine. Now, this isn't the first one. I'm still subscribing to this one, because there is one saving grace on this magazine. But let me show you the thickness of the magazine. Okay, it's a pretty thick magazine. When I first saw it, I thought, wonderful, great, we finally got a magazine where I've got all these articles and information, and I can learn stuff, and that kind of thing. And then I got into it, and fully the first third of the magazine is things that are for sale, things that people like, called obsessions. You know, I want to buy this because I like this for my cat. I want to buy that because I like that for my cat. That is what all this is. And then the last bunch of this, and then that much is also advertising and Breeders Directory and we give us your money. Okay? So really the only good part of the magazine where there's educational articles is this much. So I've spent all this money to get this much education. And not only that, the education parts of the article are dumbed down. It's like morons aren't going to read this. You've got, articles like, do you think cats are smarter than dogs? Interesting topic. Give me some scientific evidence, some scientific proof. The article basically says, yeah, we did one study and that was all we needed to do. Okay, that doesn't really educate me. That just says you've done one study. Our breed examples are 1 page long, and they're little happy tidbits, like what is the breed good at. They're not real education. Too much meowing is another article. So over-vocalization would be a great thing to learn about as the cat that over-vocalizes comes into the room. But again, it's all, worry and don't worry, and if this goes on, go see a vet. It doesn't tell you what it could be. It just says, go see a vet. And I'm all for seeing a vet, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't give you the education as to why you want to go see a vet, why this would be a negative thing. So really upset about the fact that they increased the ads in this magazine and then they dumbed down the articles, that it's almost an insult to my intelligence. Yes, there are people who are not cat fanatics and who do not have a veterinary degree who would like a simpler article. And I'm all for having a simpler article, but can we also have the articles that you guys used to have in the past? And if this makes it, if I seem angry and agitated, it's because I am. I don't think that we need to dumb down things. I think we need to educate people, and I think this could be a fantastic way to do it, and they totally missed the ball on this one. Now, there is a reason why I'm still subscribing to this. The articles are short. There's nothing I hate more in a magazine when you're reading an article that is like 10 pages long. It's like you're reading a book. If I wanted to read a book, I'd read a book. So the articles are short and concise, so I totally enjoy that. They do have a lot of humor articles, a lot of, like, there's this article called Stella's Thoughts. Thoroughly enjoy it, written in the context of the book, of the cat, sorry, and done well. You can see a cat reacting the way that the author has made Stella react. It's got tests in here that you can fill out that do have information that is current, and it is something that you can learn on. They've got big cat stuff that I really enjoy. They do have articles where you do learn some things. It's just few and far between, and you've got to hunt for them. And quite honestly, it's the only really good cat magazine out there. Compared to other cat magazines out there, like Modern Cat, which is basically all buy stuff. Like, there's very few articles that are on education. This is basically the best of the worst. If you